Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a speed makeup review video. This is the first speed makeup review video of the year, which is so exciting. I have tried so much new makeup this month. It's insane. I cannot remember the last time I tried this much new makeup in a single month. But I have so much stuff in here. You guys are gonna hear my thoughts on these products. You guys have seen me try first impressions. I've used these products multiple times. I'm wearing these products on my face and I have some thoughts. So we're gonna get into it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. It is a speed makeup review video, so if I'm going a little bit too fast for you, I do have dedicated reviews on my TikTok as well as on my YouTube channel of these products if you want to see swatches and all of that stuff. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to pull whatever is first up here and we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to share my thoughts on it. First, we're going to start off with what I'm wearing on my lips. This is from About Face. This is the About Face Lip Butter Balm. Since I'm filming this video, this is the last new product that I've tried. So this is kind of like my first impression. I really don't have, I feel like I formed my thoughts on this. It's a lip product, but this definitely gives me Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips vibes, as well as the Makeup by Mario Plumping Lip Serum vibes. It doesn't have like that tingly, pepperminty, cooling sensation, but it just gives you like the regular OG Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. I will say these are way more pigmented than the Tarte and the Makeup by Mario, and these are only $15 and you can get them at Ulta and use a coupon. I'm wearing this on my lips today. I think it's so pretty for an everyday makeup look like today, and this is in the shade Kiwi Fuzz. I felt like this was the most neutral shade, but I definitely will be picking up some more shades of this because I really like this, and for $15, I would get all of the shades. I do have a lip liner in today's video. This is from Black Opal. This is their lip liner in the shade Hyde Park. So this is technically called the Precision Lip Definer Pencil. It's what I'm wearing today, and I will say, I did not know what to expect for an $8 lip liner. This is so good. Like, I saw this pop up on the new arrivals page at Ulta. I just purchased it on a whim. First of all, this is the prettiest brown lip liner. It's so stunning. I absolutely love this lip liner. It's not too creamy, but it's not too stiff. It's like the perfect medium. And if you're looking for a really nice, affordable, deep brown lip liner, I definitely would try this out. There's other shades if you don't really want a deep brown. Definitely check out this formula in general, especially for $8. This is the e.l.f. Skin Whoa Glow Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen. So this is technically a sunscreen and a makeup primer in one. A lot of people compare this to the Supergoop, sunscreen. I've never tried the Supergoop sunscreen before, but I will say I really like this product. Love the fact that it's a sunscreen, first of all, but I also love that it gives you like a glowy finish. So it kind of combines those two products in one, as well as it being a primer. Now with this product, a little bit goes a long way. I feel like you can easily put too much on and you really have to work it. You really have to work it into the skin to blend it out. Today I made the mistake of going in with too much product. I don't know why, but I did, and I was like, really took a lot of time to blend out this product. e.l.f. has been killing it lately. I never thought that I would say e.l.f. is becoming one of my favorite brands, but e.l.f. is becoming one of my favorite brands. Okay, speaking of e.l.f., since we're already talking about it, let's talk about their lipsticks. So they came out with these O-Face satin lipsticks. Now the packaging on this is super luxe. It has a magnetic closure, which is really nice, and there's some weight to this, and these are $9. Though $9 is pretty up there in price for e.l.f., they're worth the $9. This is my favorite shade. That's why I pulled this one out. This is in the shade No Doubt. If there's one shade you should pick up, it would be No Doubt. It's a really pretty nude shade. It's so gorgeous. Look at that. And with the brown lip liner, honey, thank me later, but I love this shade. I found myself constantly reaching for this particular shade, but it's such a creamy formula. I really love it. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you doing? Also new from e.l.f. is the Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Now, I've tried the OG Power Grip and I've tried this one. Honestly, there really isn't a difference, okay? I feel like if you own the Power Grip, you don't really need to run out to buy this particular product. It does have niacinamide in it. If that's something that you love to have in your makeup, then I would say get this primer. It really is like the same product, to be honest. I just feel like the ingredients are different and it has a different color. So if you love pink, you might want this just because it's pink. But yeah, not a difference, but I still love the Power Grip primers. I think they're great, and they really do what they say that they're gonna do, which is grip your makeup and add longevity to your makeup. The new powders from Nars. Okay, now I'm sure most of you guys have seen the review. It's probably like one of my most recent videos. Now, I was super excited when Nars came out with new powders because these are geared towards those of us who have oily combo skin. First of all, the packaging on these is great because they're super thin. Like, they do not take up any room in my collection, and I have 2 of them, so I do love that. That's a plus for me. The first shade that I have is called Seafront, and I use this as like my all over shade. Lately I've been using it to kind of just like clean up the contour and the blush down here, which I really love. I made the mistake today of going in with I was so lazy, I didn't want to grab a powder puff, but I made a mistake and went in with my damp sponge, and I kind of like ruined the top layer of my powder on one side, so I had to kind of like scrape it to fix it, but I ended up fixing it. But I will say this is a super lightweight powder. It's very lightweight. If you're the kind of person that doesn't really like that powdery look, or you don't like that powdery feel, this is the product for you. It's super fine. It's like really finely milled. I definitely would compare this to the Dior Powder No Powder. Like, that's the kind of vibes this powder gives me. The other shade that I have is the shade Bay. The other day, I tried to use this to set my concealer, and I did not like it to set it. I loved using this to brighten. This is the powder that I would use on top of a loose setting powder to like brighten or kind of like smooth everything over, not to set. I'm wearing both of these today, and they're really good. I'm excited about that Nars release. Like, last year, Nars came out with the light reflecting foundation. This year, they're giving us the powder early on, and I'm loving it. Let's talk about Tarte, because I have 2 new Tarte products in here. The first one is the Tarte Sculpt Tape Contoured Tape. Oh my gosh, I was like, such a long name. This right here. Heard a lot of people say this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, which I have seen comparisons now, and I feel like it definitely is, except this has more shades. I really love this product. I wasn't expecting to love this product as much as I do. It blends really easily. You can go really intense with it, or you can go super subtle, depending on the vibe that you're going for that day. I feel like it's literally such an easy product to use. Like, if you're new, if you want to get into bronzer, contour, I really would go for it, a liquid. I know I used to say powder is easier to use, but the way that this blends into the skin is really good. Like, I would recommend this product for beginners because you just need like 2 dots here, 2 dots here, and blending it out, and you're good to go. It's just so easy and effortless. So I really like this product. It surprised me, but I'm excited about it. And this is in the shade Rich Bronze. This is the deepest shade, but hopefully Tarte adds more to their shade range, you know, who knows. The other Tarte product that I've tried is the Breezy Cream Blush. So this was on sale at Sephora. It was like on sale. Like, they had like an additional percentage off on their sale items. Picked this up to try it because I was super intrigued. We all know I love berry toned blushes. Like, hello, you guys know I love my berry toned blushes. But this surprised me. I feel like this is literally like a cream to powder kind of formula. I have a TikTok using this blush. I didn't use it on my channel, but if you want to see that TikTok, I'll have my TikTok down below so you can check it out. But it's a really pretty blush. I really love it. It's super pigmented. I'm confused on why Tarte is getting rid of this. I'm like very confused. Like, look at, that's gorgeous. Like, I'm very confused on why they're getting rid of it. The new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. So I feel like this is probably the one foundation I have used the most because I feel like this came out before all the other foundations this month. So I feel like I just use this more. I've had more time to use this one. But I will say, this is truly an everyday foundation. I would not use this as like my going out foundation. I feel like this is literally meant for every single day. I have to use a mattifying primer in the areas that I get oily. I feel like a lot of people like this product. A lot of people have been comparing it to the House Labs foundation. I haven't really compared the two. It's not something that I would use in situations where, like, if I'm going to a party or if I'm going to a concert. Like, this is just not that foundation. It is not that foundation for me. If you have oily skin and you really want to try it, just go on with a good primer, like your trusty primer. I found that the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer works really, really well. And also the Milk, mattifying primer also works really well with that foundation. Since we're talking about foundations, we might as well just go through with the rest. The Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation. Okay, here's the thing. So I really like this foundation, okay? I like this foundation a lot, but I am still struggling with finding my perfect shade. This is the 4th shade that I have tried. And I thought this was good for me, but then I filmed a video using this foundation recently, like yesterday, and I watched the footage back after filming the video and I was like, oh my God, that foundation is not my color on camera. But in person, it looks like it's my color. And I'm very tempted to go to Ulta today, which I probably will. Aside from that, the way that this foundation wears and looks is so freaking beautiful. It is so gorgeous. Like that's why it's so frustrating, because it's like, I really, really like this foundation. The smell, a little bit too overpowering. If you have oily skin, I would pick this up. If you have dry skin, I would wear this. It's so good for all skin types, I feel like personally. It doesn't leave me too oily and it doesn't leave me too dry. I will say if you are very sensitive to fragrance, I would truly skip out on this because that cherry scent is really, really overpowering. A last foundation I tried this month is the one that I'm wearing today. It's the NYX Bear With Me Blur Foundation. This was another foundation that it took me about 3 tries to find a shade that works for me. This shade is deep bronze. It's a little bit too deep, like a hair too deep for me, but I can make it work, so I'm okay with that. I'll definitely compare this to the One Size BBB cream, but the way that this wears is not very good. It does not wear very long. It's not a long wearing foundation. I don't think that it says that it is, but I would not expect this to wear very, very long. I've only had my makeup on for about an hour, maybe an hour and 30, and it's already started to like crease in my smile lines, and I feel like the foundation low-key kind of wore off around my mouth by the time that I finished putting on all of my makeup. I don't know if that means anything for you. It's really pretty, but once again, this is another foundation where I would only wear this during the day, like an everyday foundation. I don't expect it to last all day. I wouldn't wear this to a party. I wouldn't wear this to a concert. I will say it is a struggle finding your perfect shade. So I would go in store and swatch it. All the Ultas that I've been to have these on display, so you can try it out and swatch it and see and find your shade. These are just my conclusions that I've found so far. Of course, I'm going to continue using these products. This right here, I love this, okay? This is the NYX The Brow Glue. When I tell you this is literally blue for your brows, like I'm wearing it today on my brows, and when I tell you this gives you like the prettiest fluffy brows. This is not a new product at all, but it's something that I tried this month, and I really, really love it. I feel like my brows look so good, and it's thanks to this. Like I just went in with my brow pencil and then took this and, brushed it up and let it set, and they're in place. Okay, my brows are in place. So if you haven't tried this, I would try it out. I know it's not new, but I really like it, and it's what I'm wearing on my brows. So e.l.f. came out with color correctors, and this is the orange shade that I picked up. This is only $4, which is so great. This is like typical, this is like back in the day, almost e.l.f. products, I feel like, that price. But I love this. This is a part of their Camel line, and I really like this color corrector. I'm wearing it today. I feel like this color corrector is really good for beginners, especially because the orange is not intimidating. There's some color correctors that I've tried. I've tried one of the LA Girl color correctors, and it is just really thick, really pigmented to where you have to really, really blend it out. With this, it's like blend, blend, you're done. It kind of blends itself, and it kind of like disappears into your skin. I want to talk about some products that I picked up from Flower Beauty, because girl, I got some thoughts. So the first product that, let's start off on a good note, because this right here, it's not new, but I just tried this out and I freaking love this. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. This is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in the shade Bitten. Gorgeous, okay? Absolutely gorgeous. You hear, like, it's stunning, okay? I'm obsessed. I love it. It's really, really pigmented, but it blends out so beautifully. Like, I'm obsessed, okay? I'm obsessed with this. Like, I literally have no words. It's such a really good formula. It's super, super pigmented. Cheeks are blushing today, okay? My cheeks look very blushed. Now, the next product I picked up is this right here. This is the new Flower Beauty Low Light Liquid Contour. Now, here's my thoughts on this, because this is in the shade Deep. This is the deepest shade. There's 3 shades of this, and I am so disappointed in this. Now, I didn't even bother putting this on my face. I will say the packaging is exactly the same like the Tarte. It's exactly the same like the Charlotte Tilbury. It has like the, you know, thing where you can open and close it. But let me swatch the shade Deep for y'all, because if you are wondering about this product, don't do it. So this is the shade Deep. Can you guys even see it on me? That's the shade Deep. That's disappointing. This should not even be categorized as the shade Deep. This should be fair, to be honest. To say that there is a fair, a medium, and a deep shade, this looks fair to me. Like, this does not look like... I saw someone with a medium skin tone use the Deep and it didn't even work for her. That's so disappointing. And there's some really good, like, Flower Beauty has some staples. Y'all know how much I love the Flower Beauty palettes. Like, I ride for those palettes really hard, but I cannot ride for this liquid contour. Like, I cannot. I would totally pass on that product unless they were to extend the shade range. I would totally pass on the product, to be honest. Now, I did try this right here, the Spotlight Liquid Highlighter in the shade Gilded, which is super pretty. I'm just not a liquid highlighter kind of girl, to be honest, but it's so pretty and it's very stunning. So I did try it on the face the other day. I really liked it, but just liquid highlighter is just not for me. I just would prefer a powder highlighter, to be honest, because they're just easier to use. Too Faced Cloud Crush Blush. Y'all, I told you guys there was a lot of products that I've tried recently. Hello, this blush right here is so nice. I absolutely love this blush. It's in the shade Watermelon Rain. Now, I've said it before, so I'll say it again. I am not a pink blush kind of girl. I don't really love pink blushes, but something about this one is it got me. It really, really got me into pink blush. Well, no, the Pat McGrath Love Struck blush got me into pink blushes. So then I saw this one and I was like, hold on, I need this in my life. And I'm so happy that I did. I have videos all over on this blush if you guys want to see it on my cheeks. I have my first impressions of using this blush. I have a TikTok, so you guys can find me using this blush anywhere if you guys want to see it on me. But it's so stunning, and I feel like this will work for a lot of different skin tones. But it's gorgeous. It also has a really good smell as well, but that was my first time trying Too Faced blushes, and it really surprised me, and I really, really like it. I've been honestly wearing it nonstop. Today was the first day I haven't worn it. I tried these viral liquid blushes from P Louise. I love these blushes so much. This is another one where it's so stunning. I feel like these are the blushes that I've been reaching for everyday makeup. Like, these are the blushes I would have reached for a look like today. Like, this is like my everyday makeup look. Like, if there's one product, well, technically there's 2 because there's another one I want to talk about next, but I would totally recommend this product to literally all of you who love blush, who want to try something from P Louise. I would recommend the liquid blushes first because they are so good. Like, they're a water-based formula. I know that might scare some people. It does not lift up your foundation. Trust me, I've been using this like crazy. It doesn't lift up your foundation. They're super pigmented. I made the mistake the other day of using too much, like putting too much out, and I made a huge mess. It has a really big like sponge tip applicator. There's so many pretty shades. This one's my favorite shade because it's like the brightest. It's in the shade Coral Morals. It's so pretty. It's so stunning, and it's very buildable, which is one thing that I like. That's one thing that I really, really love about it. It's very buildable. And I did see that P Louise is coming out with more shades of this, so that's exciting. The next product from P Louise that I've tried is the brow balm. This went viral not too long ago, and I have been using it so much. Look at mine. It is dirty, okay? It is very dirty, but I really, really love this product. This is kind of like a mix between a brow gel and a brow glue. I love how this lifts up my brows. It just gives me the fluffy brow vibes, okay? It's kind of like the same as the NYX brow glue, to be honest, but it's like a brow balm, but it's not too wet, which is why I really, really love it. It's such a good product. You guys, I use this every single day if I don't use the NYX or the Morphe. Like, I am loving the fact that I'm finding all of these good brow products, and it's just making me so excited, and I'm obsessed. I have always wanted to try this particular product. I have seen P Louise use this all over their Instagram, all over their TikTok pages. It's basically kind of like using micellar water, except the consistency of this is like a balm. Like, it's kind of like the brow balm, but it's a little bit different, and you have more control over this. I feel like with the micellar water, if you use that to clean up your cut creases, it's so runny that you might mess it up a little bit. It's like a balm to an oil. It's like balm to oil kind of texture. Like, if you were to take up a chunk, rub it in your hand, it'll turn into an oil. It's kind of like a makeup remover. It literally is like a makeup removing balm, except it's for cutting your crease. So I really love this. If you love cut creases and if you love like really clean, sharp cut creases, I would totally get this. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so happy that I picked it up because it literally has been a life changer for me. I gotta talk about these because I'm obsessed with these. These are the P Louise lip bases. These are so freaking good. They are so good. So I have 4 shades, and there's so many different shades you can choose from. Now, this is not a liquid lipstick. It's not like that at all. If you've tried the P Louise eye bases, think of this for your lips, except this is a thinner formula, and it's super hydrating. So I love to use this when I like put on a lip liner, and then I'll take like a lipstick, and then I want a different, like a little nude in the center, and I just pop it in the center. It's so pretty. Blends out beautifully. It's super thin, but it's pigmented, and it lasts all day long. I'm obsessed with these. I realized when I got these, I didn't really get any pinks, which is crazy. I got like nudes and browns, but I'm gonna swatch. My hand is like so swatched out. But I'm gonna swatch this one. It's so thin. It's like a really thin formula. And it dries down, but it's really hydrating. Like, you'll feel like when this goes on your lips, you'll feel how hydrating it is. But I love it. Like, this is such a pretty shade to go in the center of the lips. This is in the shade Baby Doll, one of my favorites. The Rare Beauty highlighter. This came out in December, and I hopped on this with the quickness. This is such a gorgeous highlighter. I'm wearing it today. It's beautiful. I have it in the shade Flaunt. It's sold out everywhere. But if you can get your hands on this, please get your hands on it. A lot of people say that it's super intense and you can't make it subtle, but that's not true for me. I go on with like 2 taps and I blend it onto the skin. It's subtle, it's pretty, I love it. But if I go on with a little bit more with my brush, I can get it to be super intense, super blinding. So it just really depends on if you're like, you know, how heavy you go into the product, you know, depending on that. But it's so gorgeous. It's, honey, the skin is skinning. I feel like it's like one with the skin. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I also tried the NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Cream. Comfortable, pigmented. This is literally the NYX Soft Matte. You know, when we were all in high school, you know, we were all like trying to get the shade. What was it, like the London shade? There were so many different shades we all were trying to get when we were in high school, and everybody was like, oh, I got this one, girl, you got this one, you know? This is that, but just revamped. So if you love the OG NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love the Smooth Whip. Next product I tried were the Made by Mitchell, what are these called? The Beam Glosses. These are so cute. These are like little mini blushes, like the little containers of blushes. Now these are so pigmented. Like, these are some pigmented lip glosses. Like, you know, if you just love like those colors that are different, like an orange like this, or like a milky kind of pink like this one, and like this bright orange, you're gonna love these. Get his products on Beauty Bay Don't order from his website. It is a whole thing. I placed a really big order, never got the order. It's a thing. And then the customer service does not respond, which really sucks. Like, I love this brand so much. I just need them to fix their I just need their customer service to like really like, I need it to be better. My package is supposed to be delivered to me in November. We're in January and not one person has responded back to all my emails. So yeah, I just need that one thing to be changed. Then we'll be cool. You know, I need the customer service to be better. Beauty Bay, it is for his product. Even though it sucks because Beauty Bay doesn't carry all of his products and there's a lot of new stuff that he came out with that I really want, but I refuse to buy from his website. So that's a whole other story. But this one right here is in the shade Milkshake for me. This is so pigmented. Where am I gonna put this? We'll put it here. Milkshake for, look at that pigment, y'all. Look at that pigment. It is so pigmented. I love it, but it's so pretty. Like, I love these glosses a lot, especially when I don't want to wear a lipstick. I just want to do a lip liner and a gloss. They have so much pigment that this is literally all that I need. Lip liner and these glosses. I also have the clear as well. So these are the only 3 shades that I have, but I would love to get more from Beauty Bay, but a lot are out of stock. Hopefully they come back in stock soon because they're like $12 on Beauty Bay, which is not bad. But yeah, so that's the glosses. That is it for my speed makeup reviews. This video was super long, but there were so many products, but I hope this video was helpful for someone out there. If you are curious about any of these products, let me know your thoughts down below and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.